I do wrong, better give me the work. One like a jumper, I'm feeling like Dirk. My page are addy, they wanna come lurk. They only feel good if they post it on perks. Living my life and it comes with the perks. Knew I could fuck when she gave me the smirk, but it was so easy, it gave.
What's good, MarlonmadethatTV, back with another video. And today I got Baddies Africa episode 13 review. You feel me? I know I've been a little bit backed up, but you know I've been having trouble with my motherfucking Wi-Fi, getting new Wi-Fi, moving to my room. It's just a lot, so I'm trying to get these out as much as I can. But I want to hold y'all up with my trials and tribulations. We gonna get to the meat and potatoes of the video. You feel me? So it starts off with Summer swinging on KK, and shit is going wild. It's just going left. Everybody brawling, everybody fighting. It's all over the place. Pure motherfucking chaos. You feel me? So what I noticed when I watched on my review, because I watched it twice and I slowed it down, Fauna, Tavy, and Rican tried to jump Lex while that was going on. While all the commercials going on, they wanted Lex. I kind of jumped at her too, but you know the security was there. It's literally a brawl like all everywhere. You feel me? It's a brawl. However, on the floor under the security guard, she's smacking his ass from the back. It was some crazy shit. She was just smacking the nigga shit, just laughing, cheese. I'm like, what the fuck, yo? She get like that. So, what I didn't notice was that Choco went from behind after Elsie and Cold Killer got into it, and she took her to the ground. And then that's when Diamond, Pretty P, Rika, and all them jumped on Choco because she jumped on Cold Killer. So that keep that in mind. So Choco got jumped by Ivory, Diamond, Pretty P. I don't know why. At the time I didn't know, but now watching back I know. So while all that's going on, Lex ends up calling Arika for a one-on-one because she's not trying to get jumped. She said, hold on, hold on, hold on. I'm not trying to get jumped. You feel me? She peeped. Rican tried to kick Dolly the night before, so she feels like she needs that. You feel what I'm saying? So they separating them. They get out there. You feel me? And oh my gosh, Lex calls them out, and she's putting BTA on Rican. Like I'm talking about, damn near them uppercuts was me. She just she just I don't know. Rika couldn't do shit with her, and Rika's not the best fighter. She a shit talker, but she ain't the best fighter. So Lex was uppercutting her mean, like some nasty. You feel me? Um, so Rolly goes to Rolly goes to Rika and asks her who was fighting, and Rika said her, and Rolly kind of made this face like it was like, you know, like she kind of knew she lost or whatever. So then LCK, she takes her wig and she calls out Coquilla again for smacking her at the winery. And I thought she calls out Diamond because she said Toothless friend, and I thought she was talking about Diamond, but she was talking about Rican, so that doesn't matter. So so Coquilla and Elsie are arguing. Diamond goes and runs up on Choco after the whole commotion. You feel me? So Choco now is calling her face. She's pissed, like she mad as fuck that Diamond hit her eye. Before that, Cold Killer and Elsie ended up running a fade. I think I'm gonna get at the Cold Killer only because she like her hits connected than um more than Elsie. Elsie wasn't really doing much but grabbing. So once Choco gets snuck by Diamond, she calls out her fade, and rightfully so. I feel like Diamond was wrong for trying to sneak her. If you didn't want to fight, you shouldn't have ran up on her and sneak her. If you was injured, you shouldn't have did that. And it's like it doesn't make no sense. Like if you don't want to fight that girl, leave her alone. You know what I mean? So but Ivory steps in. She's like, no, bitch, no. She like, no. She like, no, bitch, no, bitch, no. She like, you need to come here. She wants that from Choco. Like she needs that. She wants that from Choco. So all of a sudden, it cuts to Natalie, Rolly, and Scotty. They're on the obstacle course, literally trolling through the obstacle course. Like they're just like, oh, they're fighting. Oh, we're just over here chilling. What? Gosh, yes, my nigga. Okay. Just they leave me alone. I'm trying to fucking record it, but every time I want to record, here they want to put the cup. You feel me? Anyways, before I was really interrupted. So Natalie, Rolly, and Scotty, they're trolling through the obstacle course. So in my opinion, I felt like Choco had every right to fight Diamond, which is rightfully so. You snuck me, I did that. You know what I mean? So but it's like if you don't want to fight her again, don't sneak her. Um, So then Diamond low key calls out Lex for taking Dolly's face because she said at the African exhibit that Lex fought for Dolly because she was hurt. She said, "Oh, she was hurt." She said, "Oh, I'm hurt too." Oh, you know what I'm saying? She fell, and she wanted Ivory to take the fate for her with Choco. So Ivory pressing the issue with Choco. She just like, fight me, bitch. So Choco like, no, you didn't sneak me. You didn't sneak me. She did. She sneaked me. So she really don't want to smoke with Ivory. So then Elsie, you know, she's just like, you know what? Okay, like it's whatever. As long as Diamond don't jump in, she'll fight. She'll fight. She'll fight. Basically offering Choco to fight. But like, come on now, you know what I'm saying? And Elsie, you should have stepped up more. If Choco's your friend, rather you could fight or not, you should have got that with Ivory. You should have, you know what I'm saying? You saying that's your friend, but we all know how that would have went. But still, you know, at least stand up for yourself. So I said Choco isn't wrong for needing that from Diamond, but you know it is what it is. So then Choco and Ivy square off. They're tussling, but Ivory ends up having more of the advantage towards like the end of the fight because like they're tussling, they like get back and forth. They miss the first couple of hits, but Ivory gets on top of Choco. So they're on the ground, they're fighting. She's just punching her, right? So then out of nowhere, Kokilla comes out of nowhere and tries to stomp on Choco head while she's on the floor. She jumps in the fight. So as she's stomping on Choco head, here come big motherfucking Legs, not the little one, my nigga. Ran, I'm talking about full motherfucking speed. I don't know where she came out. It came from the side and started piecing up Killer badly. Like Killer couldn't do nothing. She didn't even throw a hit back. Like it was more so she was trying to stop Lex from pitting. She got beep. Even through security, she had security rolled over on the motherfucking table, try to hold her back. She still ripping through security getting to kill her. Like it was so crazy. So at the same time that was happening, Summer runs up on Marissa and start had to stop it because the music outside trying to get me copyrighted. They're bugging. You feel me? So at the same time that was happening, right after Lex was eating Killer, just piecing her up. Then Summer runs up on Marissa and just was tearing her up. She was just ooh, like out the frame, ripping off her wig, cut her ID. It was just woo. And then there was a little bit like part after it. If you go back and watch it and slow it down, like Marissa goes to Summer after Summer falls over on security and Rolly and was about to run up on Summer again, but she saw Lex and just walked away. Like she was like, oh no, fuck that. So and she was dragging the fuck. I'm talking about dragging the fuck out of Marissa. It was bad. Lex ate Killer badly. Oof, like she had a knot on her shit, holding it. She walking back and forth. You feel me? Like boom. I said Lex was a real one because Killer was stomping on her head doing a lot. But when I ran it back, Choco tried to run up on Kokilla after for no reason, and that's why they jumped her. So Kokilla was going to get her leg back for Choco jumping in, her and Elsie like about to fight. So I didn't know that at first because I just thought she was stomping on her head for no reason. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing that for? But then I was like, oh, Choco jumped in. That's why you're mad. And she tried to say that to Ivory, but it was a different like story. So, um, oh yeah, so Killer was mad. Ivory's funny as fuck because she was just like, I don't give a fuck about no bitch. You tripping, I'm tripping. You on that with me, bitch, I'm tripping too. Like feel me? So she's saying that to everybody, and then she like falls on like one of the obstacle courses. It was really funny. Like she's funny when she get mad. So then Marissa's like, you know, heal me up, heal me up. I'm getting it on like Donkey Kong in here. You feel me? So I'm like, what? I don't know. Choco's still mad about the fight with Ivory. She's holding her eye, and she's just like, "Fuck that! We're not going nowhere. How are they gonna kick us off? We are African. You feel me?" And I'm like, I don't know if you would have saw. Someone tweeted it, but I don't know if you saw the Caribbean season. Dia was Caribbean, and they sent her home. So your nationality for the show context and purposes does not matter. You know what I'm saying? They do not care. You know what I'm saying? They will send you home on your own turf and not think twice about it. Um, she's just like, oh, African bitches, African bitches. I be like, fuck you, bitch. So they just like cussing each other, you know, back out and forth. So Kokilla says she has a knot. Um, she has a knot from someone says something to her. I don't know if it was Rican, Fauna, or somebody, but they say, oh, like what's what's wrong? You got a knot, and she said, I got a knot from Lex, and Lex says, um, oh yeah, she said we fought, and then she said we only fought because you jumped in and was stomping on Choco head, and she was just like, nah, you just wanted to like, you feel me? You wanted to just do that, and it didn't make sense that you wanted to jump in a fight, seeing that Choco was getting jumped, but your bitches be jumping people, and you don't be doing that, and which is true because Summer Summer and Dolly be jumping people, and Lex don't really be like pressing the issue when they do it. But when it's happening to other people or somebody she cordial with, she want to jump in and like save the day. So I kind of understood what she was saying. Cause no, I do not even kind of. I do understand what Coquilla was saying. Cause it's like Lex kind of pick and choose, and I don't think Lex is scared of Ivory. I just think she wants Ivory to call her out direct because even at the beginning, well, the episode prior, when Ivory calls out Dolly to fight and her hands messed up, she calls her out, but she doesn't call out Lex. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like Lex only is gonna fight Ivory or willing to fight Ivory if she directly calls her out. Ivory been indirective in the confessionals and a little bit saying, "Oh, any bitch could get it, y'all could get it, all three. It don't matter who." So she's been direct, but it's like indirect because it's not towards Lex. You feel me? It's more so towards Dolly, if anything. So she said, "Oh yeah, we did that," and Lexa goes, "Oh no, I did that." You feel me? And she was like, "It's cool, but I ain't turning." Cookie was like, "It's cool, but I ain't turning shit down. I ain't turning shit down. I ain't turning shit on." That shit had me dying. And I love Kokilla and Lex. I think they're both great. And Kokilla's hella funny. Like, she's just stupid funny. So Lex and Kokilla just going back and forth. Diamond calls out Lex for jumping Scotty at the reunion because she said, well, it's funny how you hit Kokilla for jumping, but you jumped Scotty at the reunion. And then Lex said, but she jumped Summer in Hawaii. So it's like y'all contradict. And they both right and wrong. Like, they both have right points, but then they both have wrong points. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all do be jumping and picking and choosing when it's okay to jump as OGs, and then newbies, it's like y'all do the same thing and be like, oh well, they did it, so boom. It's like if they was eating tuna shit sandwiches, would y'all eat it too? You feel me? Like it's just it don't make no sense. So then Lex and Scotty they start going at into it about the jumping situation, and Lex says, "You know what? You're so tough on that Scott. That side." I said Scott. You're so tough on that side to Scotty. You feel me? And Scotty's just like, "What? Like I'm gonna stay on my side." Ooh, yeah, right. He's like, you feel me? So Rolly calls out to the girl. She said, if the girls need to settle their issues before they get to the club because it's not that deep. So Marissa and Summer go one on one because Marissa needs that for her sneaker. And Summer says, "I got one round for you. I got one round for you." And I'm not gonna lie, Summer tore her. You feel me? Even though they both was fighting loopy, it would just look like they was just tossing each other, throwing each other in the air. I'm gonna go Summer because I feel like Summer got the best of her. After they fight or whatever, she says, I get dilly with any bitch. I get dilly with any bitch. You know what I'm saying? So after that, Kokilla calls out Dolly for being PC. You know what I'm saying? She need, you know what I'm saying? She need PC. She PC'd out. She ain't trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? She like, I hope the cameras call Dolly Duck your runk in this bitch. You feel me? So Dolly says she is PC because she's injured, and save me. Oh no, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Just trolling. So then they just like she acting scary and stuff like that. So then Dolly tells Natalie and Rolly, "Ooh, like once her hand get hit, she need that with everybody. Win, lose." She was like, "Win, lose, draw. Win, lose, draw." She needs that. You know what I'm saying? So that was funny from Dolly. Um, so Summer goes, "If you can't beat them, join them." You can't beat the join them. Stupid. So then it cuts to Lex explaining her left hand hit that she did. Um with her hand. You feel me? She started minking. She started just doing her shit, like just doing her crazy. So it cuts to Diamond, Ivory, and Pretty P. And Diamond says she's not fighting Choco no more because it's tiring and it's just draining. But still, you're trying to hit her off guard. If you don't want to fight, why are you hitting her off guard? Rolly goes to the girls to give them a shot. Only the big three. She don't really like. I don't know. She like Choco, but she don't like Elsie and Russian, so she don't give them a shot. So the ladies go jump on the obstacle course, just around. They're having fun, you know what I'm saying? Went through the different parts in the obstacle course. It was cool, you know what I mean? It was all right. So as that's going on, Marissa ends up leaving early to I don't know if she's leaving the season but or she's leaving to get ready to go to the club with them. So we're gonna see that. But she checks on her. Um Marissa says she's gonna fight Summer every day. It doesn't matter like how she gets it, how it's done. She needs that back from Summer, you know what I mean? Even from them one on one. So Choco is still on that about Diamond Sneaker. She calls her out, you know what I mean? So Ivory. So at first Ivory's like, no, she not fighting you. She not fighting you. They like no, but then they understood that Diamond Snicker, so she needed that. So Ivory's coaching DTB to beat her up. She basically she's coaching Diamond like do this, hold this, so. So DTB and Chocos just start squaring up for a whole minute. I swear they was just like this. They was in motion like this for like a whole minute. Like they were not no one was throwing a punch. So after they do end up, throwing something, it just goes back and forth. Really, I don't know who got the best of who. I'm gonna edge it to Diamond because she ends up kicking Choco in the face. Once they break it up slightly, and Diamond has that leeway, she ends up high kicking, boom, kicking Choco straight in her shit. You feel me? Summer said Choco ain't Choco. Diamond got that. You feel me? It's just like that shit was funny. So after this, and I will get my thoughts on that. Natalie gives out a chain. After the fight with Choco and Diamond, Natalie announces, "Okay, I'm giving out a bad chain." You feel me? And she gives her chain to Fana. Now, I'm not saying Fana didn't deserve it, but it's like you're giving. Okay, so like Dolly didn't get her chain. Some people feel like she shouldn't get it because of her behavior, the knife situation, the fighting in the clubs, the just the entitlement. I guess So some people don't feel Dolly should get her chain, but I'm gonna tell you the reason why she should get her chain because she's been in there with heavy hitters. She's been in there with people who get like that, and she hasn't done nothing. She ain't been scary when she's not injured. You feel what I mean? And she, even though that is very common, when she's injured, but she hasn't been like scary towards nobody. She ain't been ducking or none of that. So I just don't understand how, like, she got how Fauna got a chain before Dolly. I feel like Dolly should have been got her chain. If Lex and Summer ended up getting a chain, if Summer got her chain, Dolly should definitely get her chain. She earned it. You know what I'm saying? They earned their chain. So I don't know. Maybe she gives it to her in UK. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? She did 2 whole seasons without no chain. That's crazy. So, or the reunion, she might get her shit. I don't know. So, Dolly clocked it. You feel me? Fauna hasn't done much but fought Lex. So, did she get a chain out the strength of her fighting Lex? You know what I mean? Because that was the same way. I wouldn't say last season Lex with Ivory, but it was heavily influenced because I think Natalie wanted to give Lex that chain when they were in the living room, but she just fought Ivory. Ivory was on that, so she didn't want to do that. Oof. I said Dolly doing her big one, but hey, it is what it is. They gonna see it. So, all the girls are on Dolly about like her not having her chain. Like everybody making fun of her TV, Pretty P, Diamond, Ivory. You know what I'm saying? They making fun of her because she didn't get her chain yet. You know what I'm saying? So, it ends off there and it cuts to next week. Yeah, that shit was wild. I ain't gonna hold you. It was a real good episode. I liked it, and yeah. If you stay today, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bells to be updated with all forms of new content. And I'll see y'all next video.